If you're struggling with binge eating right now, then it's really important that you stop these two things. These two things are the main triggers of binge eating, and if you get rid of these, then you won't binge anymore. Number one is to avoid any physical restrictions. Physical restrictions looks like being hungry or not eating enough, skipping meals. It sounds pretty simple, right? But after a binge, then what's the thing you want to do? You want to make up for your calories, so you skip breakfast, probably eat very little for lunch. To prevent any binge episodes, make sure you're not hungry, because being hungry is one of the triggers of binge eating. The second trigger of binge eating is something that catches people off guard. It's called mental restriction. If we mentally restrict, then we're building up this psychological pressure in us to crave the food. Then you eventually go on to a full-on binge. Mental restriction looks like this. Have you ever had a moment where you wanted to have a piece of cookie, but then you had a banana or you drank some water instead because you didn't want to eat it because you think of it as bad or it has some calories? That's mental restriction. That's just one example, but imagine that probably by 100 times throughout the day. You'll probably have like 100 cravings a day, and then you're just trying to push those away. So later on, you may binge throughout the night, or maybe days later, you might recognize, oh, why am I binging? I'm eating normally. So in summary, prevent these two things, physical restriction and mental restriction. And if you want to make it really simple, all you have to do to stop binge eating is to stop aiming for a diet. Stop aiming for weight loss, at least for now. Then, once you become binge-free for a few weeks or a month, or at least until you have a good relationship with food, then that's when you can choose what to do with your weight. So follow me for more binge eating recovery tips, and I also do one-to-one consultations, all link in my bio.